Hello everyone, and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hi everyone.
We are back with part 5 of our Legend of Zelda Let's Play.
That we are.
We're making some pretty good progress.
Yep. That we are. Dealing with the challenge of the 5th dungeon, and we got killed a lot, so
yeah.
I was trying to get the money for... I was debating about getting money for the rings, but...
we need money.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do need money.
Basically what I feel like life is all about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, apparently so.
I mean... And it's not really just our country. Pretty much a lot of countries are in the capitalist trap.
Yeah.
Where, like, living is very costly.
Yes.
And it's a shame because when you really look at it, it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't.
It's just so disproportionate, the wealth in society. But anyway, yeah, we're not here to talk about that stuff.
No.
It's not quite political, but it's economical.
It usually ties in with each other, yes.
So yeah, it can relate to politics, so we won't really get into it too much. But yeah, hi everybody, we hope you're enjoying our Let's Play.
We both do, yes.
Yeah, the final Zelda video of August.
Yep.
But it definitely is not going to be our last Legend of Zelda video.
Nope.
The game is surprisingly long for an NES game.
It is. And there's so much to do in that, in that,
yes,
world.
so at the moment we are farming for money.
Yes, alright.
Fun times.
That we are. Because rocks be expensive. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, stairs.
Take any road you want. Ooh.
Oh. Trapdoors.
Yeah, and secret passages.
Secret passages.
Yeah. Impressive. Oh.
Ooh, a great fairy. Yay.
Yeah. It solves the heart problem.
Yes, that it does. So yeah, I realized you collect Triforce shards in this one, much like in another Zelda game that I don't like.
Oh.
But I do feel like it's handled better in this one. It kind of reminded me of Wind Waker.
Oh.
But in Wind Waker, it's very tedious.
Oh.
Don't you think, collecting the Triforce shards in Wind Waker?
Yeah.
It could also just be that I kind of didn't like sailing on the sea as much.
It's a challenge, and I can safely tell you that the art style was...
Yes, well, I do think...
Tempting to say words that would probably get me cancelled among older Zelda fans, would I?
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of prominent YouTubers I watch love Wind Waker, and a lot of Zelda fans I've come across love Wind Waker, and I'm like...
It's the sailing, isn't it?
I don't know their reason, to be honest. I think it's a mixture of liking the dungeons, liking the story, liking the sailing. Now, I've probably mentioned this to you before. There are aspects of the story I like. The story overall, not so much. Hyrule. The fact that Hyrule sunk under the ocean is very weird to me. Or a good portion of it, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But I do like Ganondorf in that story, a kind of more self-aware Ganondorf. He was probably like, you know, referencing the Link he fought and, you know, recognizing, oh, this is another Link, that type of thing was interesting. So I know, unfortunately, that idea of all the Zeldas being connected probably was already brewing back that early. So that part is a bit unfortunate to me, but I did like that Ganondorf. I liked his characterization. He seemed a little more three-dimensional, I guess.
So he was aware
More complex.
that... Yeah. So he was aware that it was a different generation of Link, and...
Yeah. And I know some of that is because part of the backstory was that multiple Hylians, you know, in hopes that the hero would come back, they would name their sons Link and their daughter Zelda. Thinking, well, if we have Link and Zelda, one of them has to be the chosen Link and the Princess Zelda, you know. So they were thinking, oh, it's just a matter of time and we'll make it happen if we keep naming our children, you know, Link and Zelda.
And the world will be healed with the finding the chosen one.
Yeah. There are a lot of holes in the story, like I don't know what happened to that Link's parents.
Yeah, good question.
He lives with his grandmother and his
Sweet
sister.
little lady.
Yeah, very sweet old lady. And I mean, yeah, that part was emotional with the grandmother. I won't say too much. I won't go into spoilers. If you haven't played Wind Waker and you really want to,
Yes.
it's a good game. I really do feel like it's a good game. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a horrible game.
No.
Just because...
I'd be shocked if you did.
Just because it's one of my least favorite Zelda games. And that's something that I think I have trouble getting people who like Wind Waker to understand in terms of my views. That, like... I don't consider it a bad game. I like it as a game, but I don't like it as a Zelda game. And I know that it's a little hard to get across sometimes. I mean, I think some people I've talked to get that, but I think sometimes it's like, well, if you like it, it's a Zelda game, so you should like it as a Zelda game. It's like, no, it just doesn't feel like Legend of Zelda to me. You know, I just like exploring the overworld in Zelda. I don't need to be on the sea. And yeah, the art style didn't help. And just other aspects about it that made it seem kind of foreign in terms of I didn't feel like I was in Hyrule, you know. Some of the plot points were a little weird to me, too.
Yes.
And some questionable things.
Gotcha.
I feel like I can't talk too much about it without getting all spoilery. I mean, I already kind of did with Ganondorf, but kind of, sort of, but kind of not. But yeah, I think, you know, if they're really sticking to the Zelda timeline as being canon, having a Ganondorf that is like aware of that, at least to an extent, does make more sense. And kind of makes me feel better as a fan, rather than if we just constantly have them repeating their destiny without really being self-aware of it. I mean, either way, I don't like it because of the those of you who might be familiar with Buddhism and its concepts, there's a concept called samsara, which is linked to the I didn't mean that. Connected to the reincarnation idea, and that reincarnating is suffering because it's keeping you from going to nirvana, which is like, depending on what type of Buddhism you practice, either a literal or a psychological paradise. And that, you know, reincarnation is viewed as like you still have a lesson to learn, so it's almost a punishment of sorts.
Yes.
So, and that is one aspect of Buddhism I personally relate to, or, you know.
Whoa, look at that. The spider was literally on the screen.
But anyway, you know, the idea that, you know, you have the suffering of having the physical form, you can feel pain. You aren't enlightened, you know, to being above all of that. You still,
right,
you know, have the need to eat and have water, and, you know, you still feel pain, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So that, for that reason, I feel the concept not only of being forcefully reincarnated several times, but literally as the same person, fighting the same person for an eternity is, you know, it, in terms of suffering, it's a little too extreme for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
there it is.
Like, I'm all for a little bit of angst, and sometimes a lot of angst in a story, but when it's needless like that, you know, I kind of prefer they be their own thing than like literally poor Link.
By the divine order of plot, you are thou musteth be Linketh.
Yeah, Link has been continually fighting
the same
Ganon, and Zelda is continually the princess who plays a vital role in helping Link fight Ganon for all eternity. And it's all because of this battle that happened a long time ago between a goddess and a demon.
Yeah.
Which, spoilers, but Skyward Sword basically explains that. So.
A very interesting demon, I might add.
That at first I'm like, oh yay, it's not Ganon, but it's like, no, just kidding. Again, spoilers, but they're connected.
Who knew?
And then, but it's because they did that. Now, the games that had a villain other than Ganon or Ganondorf, all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, they're related to Ganon.
Poor Darkheart and the Great Nightmare. And
I don't know if the Great Nightmare is. I'd have to look that one up. But
Majora.
Yeah, I'm like, but yeah. So that's why I have some issues. I would like to read what the actual canon fate of Majora's Mask Link is, Because the fan theories, they are dark.
Oh god.
But I would actually kind of, in terms of the fact that that game in itself is dark, I would actually be okay with that Link having a darker fate. Because it just would make sense, given the context.
Right.
Yeah. I don't have to go into that stuff. I hope you guys find my theories interesting, or this
I do.
oh, thank you. This deeper talk of Zelda.
Whoops.
And, you know, I think the one time, sorry about the noise, I was talking to Mom about this and when I had issues, she was like, well, why wouldn't he want to continually be the hero? And I'm just like thinking, like, that made no sense to me that she didn't get it. I'm like, Link doesn't get fame and glory for what he does.
Yeah, for a time, but then they forget, and then evil rises again, and then we need another generation of Link to save the next generation of Zelda.
Yeah.
To stop either the same or the further generations of Ganon.
Yeah, and it's because of the nature of having many Links in this one. Now that they've connected it all, that also takes away from Link getting any kind of fame or glory, because there's just always going to be a new Link.
Yeah.
You know, and it gets into some tragic stuff. It, like, tragically affects some of the individual Links. And, yeah.
Yeah.
I could try to talk about some of that stuff later when we actually get into some of the other games.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I love talking about it, so it's hard for me to rein myself back.
I know, you love Link, and you love...
I mean, yeah.
The adventure of the franchise.
I mean, it's possible that there are people who will come upon our channel later that, you know, aren't watching right now, where, like, if I repeated this stuff a million times, they might not even know, but I still try to be like, try to rein it in for the people who are like, oh yeah, you were talking about this like 2 years ago. And then the year before that, and the year before that. And I'll be like, whoops. Like, I love talking about it. When I get started, or when somebody gets me started, it's hard to stop. Because I'm very passionate about it.
You are. You are very passionate about Hyrule and its people. Now, if only I could get enough rupees to get medicine. But I did get the ring.
Yeah. And you got a new outfit.
Yeah. It's supposed to be blue, but it appears white.
Yeah. I'm guessing they had some trouble rendering it.
Right.
I wonder if that's what the white tunic in Melee, or like white/light purple, was referencing.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe. That Link, they were going for blue and they came with this so faint blue that it appears white.
Yes. A little in-joke for the fans who played from that early and would remember it.
Yep. Well, now we've got our medicine and our ring. I guess it's time to go to the dungeon.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a better time for you this time.
Yes. I hate it when they stab me. Those little animal critter thingies that work for Ganon. And
or we're guessing. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily always think the monsters worked for him, like the cartoon seemed to think.
Ah, yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, now the moblins, it kind of makes sense, but I guess it was weird for me since my introduction to this series was Ocarina of Time.
Right.
And they kind of just made it sound like that the monsters started appearing because of Ganondorf corrupting everything, more so than he made them appear, but except for like in some specific instances.
And we're fighting in the world Ganon has technically taken over, so...
Yeah.
Alright, so
maybe they are all his own.
Me neither. Alright, get these guys.
But, oh man, the 80s Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Oh yeah.
I watched all of the episodes. Back in the day, I bought somebody... This is not the best thing to do, but back in the day I did buy somebody's VHS recording of it.
Yep.
I guess they bothered to, like, record it without commercials or anything. I assume they did that because they managed to put all 13 episodes on a VHS.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
Yeah. You know, before DVDs, you know, putting TV shows on DVDs were a thing.
Yeah.
Very misleading. They put like a Ocarina of Time Link sticker on it. And I'm like,
I remember that.
I'm like, yeah, I know that Link does not look like this in the 80s cartoon.
It's pick your poison with Froghead Link or
But it's okay because I knew what I was getting into. I didn't expect it to look like Ocarina of Time Link.
Right. I must be going, Link. Don't follow me.
Yeah, he's referencing a fan dub/parody we recorded for fun. It was a lot of fun. It will probably never see the light of day, but
yes,
it was fun. We wanted to, and if YouTube hadn't have, you know, become the way it is now, that's all I'll say. We might have been able to do it, you know, back when abridged series were actually existing, you know, before they all got stricken.
It's depressing.
But I wasn't very good at, like, editing stuff and making it short, so that's why I always called it a fan dub/a parody. Mostly a parody, though, because we just made up our own stuff. Sometimes we loosely followed the plot, like what we could remember of it. Just
I thought it was nice that they did it that way. I mean,
yeah,
it was unique comparing to everyone else who was
doing little less than 10-minute blurbs.
Yeah.
And we were still making jokes.
Oh yeah.
Lots of jokes, but unfortunately nowadays I have no idea where we would upload it.
Well, it looks like I'll have to be farming again, either on camera or off.
I bet you'd like to have more bombs.
Gee, you think?
Too bad you don't have the money.
Gee, you think, Gandalf? This blue ring cost me 250 gold. I mean rupees.
Yeah.
Yes. I wonder if they'll think that... Call that old guy Gandalf after this video.
You shall not pass until you have enough rupees.
Oh, man. Yes. No, we shan't pass at all. The test or the bridge. well, he was a bad guy, and they had to,
Right.
yeah, fly, you fools, which they didn't fly. So he was right on that. Unfortunately.
I did not watch the movies.
That's okay. I watched the first two. The third one was alright, but it was a long, dragging thing to watch. Yikes!
Yeah, it was a lot of time to dedicate to a genre I'm not really a fan of anyway.
True.
Yes, I know you guys are probably like, why? Yes, I am not actually a fan of high fantasy usually. The Legend of Zelda is a big exception. I wasn't expecting to love the game as much as I ended up.
Right. I attribute that to everyone and their brother plus the movies that came out. And the fact that it's a tired genre at times.
Yeah, and I think the fact that it's often equated to medieval Europe. I kind of got tired of medieval Europe. Yeah, like the whole Camelot aesthetic, the whole Renaissance fair aesthetic.
Yeah, that gets tiring fast.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, and the fact that fantasy was almost always tied with that kind of stuff.
Yay! The flute.
Yay! Made me not enjoy it even when it was in a fictional world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will have to wait on carrying more bombs.
Yes.
Manure. Woo!
Oh.
I hate these guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely scary. Oh, thank heavens. Now, if only you could give me 100 rupees right now.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be freaking out.
That was cool.
Yeah, it is. Candle.
And there's just an open flame on the floor. Fire!
Oh, yes. How could we forget? Oh, yeah. More fire. No, I'm not gonna sing that song. Good. Alright, let's get some rupee action. 19? What you thinking?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Just trying to figure out what the shapes are. What the red...
Yeah.
Thinking of what shape it's made.
I always wondered about that. Like the red void and the blue void, too, in other dungeons.
Yeah.
Oh, Schneisel. These guys. I hate these guys.
So we're gonna be
A little late.
a little over, yeah.
So they're gonna get a little bit of a bonus.
And I feel like it would be cruel to stop here.
Yes.
Because I feel like we're probably nearing a boss at some...
Yes. Provided that things work out, but I think they should. I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Provided we don't...
Die.
Die. Yeah.
Yes. Like CDI Ganondorf.
You must die.
Yep.
You dare bring light into my lair?
You must die! as we frequently joked about, including referring to that. Oh, wait a minute, I'm curious about something. Should we go there? Referring to. I still do not know how come everyone and their brother referred to Kill Bill.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It was?
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like it was comedically over the top with its blood.
Yeah, I see. I wasn't aware of that.
I mean, I'm assuming it was supposed to be somewhat comedic because it was just way over the top. It was like they put hoses and just shot out red liquid. That's how it looked, you know?
I see. So if they take inspiration from Sanjuro, I wonder.
Maybe.
Yes. Which was the notorious accident that became one of the most iconic scenes in Japanese cinema from the early 60s.
Okay, didn't know that.
Aye.
Because your college offered an Asian film class, unlike my college.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. It's just...
Yeah, it's
my
your
college was...
that should be...
My college made Asian studies, mostly history courses, and I'm like,
There we go.
There's more to learn about Asia than just history. There wasn't enough emphasis on modern Asia to me. It was all like historically, and it's like, I don't want to know that. I mean, I want to know that stuff, but not just that stuff. I want to know about the modern, everyday lives of people in Asia. Also, it should have just been called East Asian Studies because it didn't cover any other parts of Asia.
Oh, wow.
Other than the politics course I took, which I also don't like politics, so that one covered Southeast Asia, but only like 3 countries that the professor chose.
Only 3 countries?
Yeah, I'm like, to me it would have been smarter to have, like, cover a little bit of all Southeast Asian countries than just choosing 3 specific ones each semester.
There's a lot more to Southeast Asia than the popular kids at the table.
Well, and like each semester he would do a different 3 countries, so it didn't feel fair.
No, it doesn't.
But anyway,
we just finished the 5th dungeon.
So we are done for now, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
That we will, everyone. Take care.